Dominic Carter, everybody.
Now, here's Dominic Carter on Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Good morning. Dominic Carter here with you. Talk Radio 77 WABC. You can reach me on Twitter at Dominic TV, Facebook and Instagram, Dominic Carter TV. You can also reach us via telephone 800-848 WABC, 800-848-9222. And, of course, folks, download the 77 WABC app. And coming up at 45 minutes past this hour, the Chronicles of Dominic Carter. So Senator Schumer, the majority leader, says bipartisan compromise on the gun legislation should be ready in a couple of days. McConnell agrees to the framework, and Senator Chris Murphy, as we've been talking about, and I know how some of you feel on the issue of gun control, but Murphy has admitted that the bill is a far cry from what Democrats believe what is necessary to stop the bloodshed from mass shootings in America, in schools and workplace and so on. But Murphy is correct about this. This is a breakthrough. And this is the point I've been trying to make consistently. To win GOP support for any gun restrictions and the measures that could save thousands of lives, it is definitely a breakthrough. It is definitely a breakthrough. And so remember, and we're going to talk about this tonight, that this so-called framework on guns has the stated support of at least 10 Republicans, which would allow it to pass over a conservative filibuster effort. That's one of the stories on my mind. Another one is I'm trying to figure out what is going on in America. A woman spewing nothing but hate, dressed in a very loud dress, was caught on video screaming at a group of Asian American women, telling them, go back where you came from, and then maced them. This happened in Manhattan. Is this a matter? I'm really trying to figure this out. And I want to have a conversation about this morning. Is this a matter of, people still getting over being confined from COVID? What is really behind these types of attacks? And I want you to listen to a little bit of what this attack sounded like. The woman telling the Asian women to get away from her and then pepper spraying them.
This person was being hella racist to us, telling us to go back to our country, now spraying us with pepper spray.
She's spraying me with I'm not in your space. Move.
Don't spray me.
Yo! You're that ass, honestly.
The situation that happened in Chelsea. And as it relates to another story that I'm looking at, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, and you knew this was coming. Somebody has got to stand up to AOC. They appear to be in a proxy war over Albany. Adams is throwing his support behind some Democrats that are facing challenges from candidates that are backed by AOC. This all comes as Adams is set to put his political muscle, if you will, behind endorsing Governor Hochul later on today. So a lot is going on as it relates to our area. And you've now got this battle, if you will, between Adams on one side, AOC on the other. And as I've been saying on this program, AOC's 15 minutes of fame should have been over a long, long time ago. We are taking your telephone calls, 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. So let me start with the attack on Asian Americans. And I really want to hear from you folks. As I have said in the past, there are times when I will have what I feel are town halls with you. And this morning happens to be one of those mornings as it relates to what is going on. So you have a group of Asian American women, by the way, who are from New York. And apparently they were doing some shopping, and it's all caught on video where a woman starts screaming at them, "Go back where you came from." This happened in Chelsea. And then pepper sprays them. And so one of the women said that she does not feel safe going out as an Asian person. It's scary in New York. Now, again, the woman happens to be a New Yorker in terms of the Asian American woman that is speaking out. And she is saying that, quote, "This is my home where I should be comfortable, especially in broad daylight. I was born and raised in Queens." And so I'm trying to understand why we as a society are seeing this happening over and over and over again. Let's start with the telephone calls. Let's begin in Yonkers with Al. Good morning, Al, and welcome to the Dominic Carter Show.
Oh, Dominic, thank you for taking my phone call. You know, I'm glad you pointed out about, it's the first I've heard about the Asian Americans in New York City being targeted with pepper spray. I think it's very unfortunate what's happened to Asian Americans in the last couple of years. I mean, they've been targets of hate. We've seen it happen in San Francisco, the city of San Francisco. We've seen it happen numerous times in the city of New York, just like today's event. And I think what happens is the Asian American community feels so unsafe that even in the last city mayor's race, where Asian Americans usually would vote strongly in the Democratic camp, last time in many districts within Queens and the outer boroughs, they voted for Curtis Sliwa because of the concerns of law and order.
No doubt about it. Big concerns as it relates to that community. And I'm really disturbed by it, what's happening with the Asian American community. And so, Al, I thank you for the call. Let's go to Larry in Brooklyn. Good morning, Larry. What's on your mind?
Yeah, you see, Dominic, I don't know what to do with that story, because you revealed that the Asian women were the target of this woman, but you didn't reveal the race of this woman. So it's like half a story. So I don't know where to go with it, because it's relevant what kind of woman was doing this.
Okay, well, Larry, if you listen to this show, you know that oftentimes I do point out race when it's relevant, in particular to a story. And so in this case, the woman, I can only go by what appears to be on the video. The woman appears to be white or Latino. I'm not exactly sure. I believe she's white. But why is that relevant to what happened?
Well, it's very relevant because, you see, there's been a whole spate of anti-Asian, incidents, mainly coming from African Americans.
Okay.
So if you want to perceive a trend, this is anomalous that it came from a white. Well, sometimes it does come from Latinas also, but it's anomalous if it would come from a white person. I don't know why, but there's something going on where they're perceived as an intermediary. In other words, they're perceived as being more white than minority, and there maybe they want to get to the white people, but the Asians are in the way, because I can see no reason why the Asians are a target. They're good, upstanding citizens. They're very hard workers. They don't step on anybody else, and I see absolutely no reason why they should be a target outside of the fact that there's maybe they're trying to get to somebody else.
Right. Okay. Well, Larry, I thank you for the call.